And welcome to a new video, a new card game battle between Pan and Boujack. Red Pan from the structure deck, and obviously Boujack, a leader that came out a while ago back in BT13. Boujack Brigade has obviously been massively hurt by the limiting of Majin Buu, all those ban lists ago, but after it got a support in the anniversary box, I believe, we're going to actually see what it can do maybe against a, well, competitive relevant, maybe not meta deck, but definitely a very strong deck in Pan. A deck that we've seen manage to get in top 16 of quite a few events, but obviously this is just kind of a fun, interesting matchup. This isn't a serious try-hard tournament game. This is just for fun, and you can see some fun interactions in this game. We had a lot of fun playing this match, so we figured why not put on the channel to see some of the fun things that can actually happen in this matchup. One thing I think I enjoy about this Pan deck is it can put on can apply a lot of pressure really early on for very little energy, so it is very aggro. And obviously cards like the SS4 Goku pretty much set itself up being able to, you burst 2 and then you're able to combo a red Saiyan from the drop, and that pretty much gives dual attack, I believe, which if you play a lot of red Saiyans in your deck, which you should be, it'll almost always go off. So it's a great way to start your turn 2 play by just swinging twice, and of course with the Pan leader it does get that boost, so you know it's pretty much a guaranteed 2 life you're going to be taking off your opponent. And obviously 15k then, everything has huge attack damage and costs very less, or just one drop 15k's, which is just absolutely massive. You see the Z Battle card come out for Boujack, and he's going to swing with the lead. The Boujack leader, the problem with him is one of his biggest issues is the fact that he just takes forever to awaken. I think he has to be down to 3 life, which in the current meta game is just absolutely abysmal. I think if Boujack were to return, he would need a Boujack returns leader. He'd absolutely need a reboot. And I wouldn't be surprised if we got that very soon, considering he already has a Z Battle card support. I don't think it would be completely insane to expect Boujack to get a leader that revolves around Z energy, especially with the fact that the unison that came out for the deck got limited to 1. So if that you don't see that unison, the Boujack deck, you can still play it, but obviously not being able to reset your energy and have a 20k blocker or double striker on the field is, well, a massive blow to this deck. But you know, Boujack back in its day, back when it came out, was a strong deck and was capable of topping, and I think it was even topping last year. I think I saw a few Boujack brigades topping around the Realm of the Gods meta, or that format. I don't think it was really winning events, but it was definitely a solid rogue strategy that you could play if you wanted to really catch your opponent out. The Pan deck still applying pressure and attacking, swinging, and drawing. And that's 2 Z energy set up there, and I believe the Pan deck leader can awaken, but they're gonna tap 1 and bring out the trio combination, which is also kind of an underrated card. I mean, it's a top 1, and you play it, so it's on top of another card and it's got some nifty abilities. But it's a strong card. Obviously Red has so many cards that are just top 1, play out a beast of a card, that this card kind of gets overlooked in a lot of Red decks. But obviously I think the SS3 Goku probably should have gone to the drop instead of the Z energy. But the fact, as I was saying, top 1 bring out a beast of a card, he just tapped 1 to bring out a double striker Goten card. The promo card is absolutely busted. I don't think there's anything denying that in a red Saiyan either. Then awakening the leader. Going to swing for the double strike. Obviously when you awaken you have to take your life down to 6. But you can see the amount of pressure already. This is only turn 2, and this is the amount of swings come forward. So down comes 3 cards. Gonna combo a lot of cards from the hand. And that Trunks Dojo power gives plus 10k, and you get to retain 5k for every attack. So it's actually card it's a weird that Dojo power just got forgotten about for so long, and now it's Trunks Dojo power. So the Dojo power cards are just back in the meta competitive scene all of a sudden. I think because there's a lot of dual attacks and triple attacks going on now. But you're seeing that card played so much more that they're actually doing a reprint now. And Boujack is now popping off, comboing Awakens, and now playing out some of its more powerful cards, and sending cards to the bottom of the deck. It's what blue does best, but at the end of the battle, when that's comboed, it plays itself from the drop area, which just shows how powerful this deck can be. With the amount of pressure it can just onboard on turn 2, just playing out battle card after battle card, and then swing with the lead. And also this pan deck does do a lot of drawing as well, because I believe you draw when you attack and you also draw when you play 15k, so that's a guaranteed 2 cards every turn. And it also means I think you can also draw on your opponent's turn as well, because of the amount of counterplays that it just has to have over 15 or over 20, I think, to get that draw. Obviously we're at turn 3 now. And this Overwhelm I don't see played too often, but I think it's perfect for Pan. It's an Overwhelm 3, draw a card and put plus 5,000 onto your leader. So maybe you should have played it a little earlier on. Out comes the Pan SCR, so you can play it because there is currently more than 4 battle cards on field you can play for free. So trying to end the game, you can see Bojack's on 1 life, so it was well worth trying to go for it. And you see the Bojack player had to combo a lot of cards, but that was the end of that turn. The Overarm goes to the warp. So swinging with the 4-drop Bojack into the battle card, and he's just trying to remove that oppressive board, because obviously he knows he can't take 6 life in 1 turn, so the only chance of survival really is to just stop the amount of swings that can come in, really damage limitation, until he has the boss monster. But I think it's just too much too soon, so it's kind of a matter of time. Swing with the Pan, swing with the leader, so the Dimension Magic negate the SCR attack, combos, he accepts it, he brings down the 8-drop, and puts the ape at the bottom of the deck. I don't think it could target the Pan, I think it was for that. Tap 1 and take control of the Bojack, and the funny part about this now is that the Bojack Brigade being on my side means that he can't really do any of the Bojack plays, because it would mean that it would allow me to start tapping his cards. So how the tables turn. So having the 8-drop Bojack on my side of the field means it's priority number 1 for the Bojack player to go all out and try and remove his own boss monster from the game, because the deck can't really play with that guy on board. But yeah, it's still the Pan's turn, and out comes the Z battle card, tapping 2, but obviously there's not 4 cards in Z energy, so it doesn't get its ability. It's going to go ahead and combo and put that combo into the Z energy, and combo for another one. So that goes all the way up to 30k into the lead, I believe, and uses the blow up ability. And then he uses the Galaxy Buster card that is now just rather to be Bojack exclusive, and Remember the Gods. So he escapes that attack and passes turn because he removed the Vegeta. Now priority number 1 for the Bojack player would be to remove his own boss monster from my area, because of the fact that he won't be able to, and he does that exactly that, absorbing it with 121 Z battle card. And swing, no, I'm not going to go for the swing. I think it's really quite astonishing just how much that the Boujack player, or how long Boujack can keep going with just one life. Because it's been on one life, I think, since turn 2, really, or maybe turn 3, but it has survived. That golden ape just keeps, it's like glued to the hand. It's been removed so many times. But of course, that's one of the great things about the panda. I could draw so much, you can recur a lot of stuff, and I'm going to go straight into removing the 121 Z battle card from reducing its power and pass its turn. The topo comes down. If now the Boujack player were to swing, you have to discard 2 cards, so he then brings out a different unison card and passes turn. I haven't seen that good. I think it's SS3 Gotenks Adolescence Unison. I haven't seen them in a long time. It's the first time, it's a blast from the past when the very first Unison's released. At the moment, now we're gonna see you can't do that move because he doesn't have 4 life. He's still on 6 somehow. So he takes that back because he obviously can't do that move. So just repair the game state. Passes turn. Turning the tide comes in. So that's going to make the game drag out even a little bit longer. And just throwing out the battle cards to put back into the deck, shuffle that up. So that really brings a new dimension to this game. Suddenly, Boujack with 1 life has all the board presence, and there's absolutely no hand. Obviously, the pan player is able to recur cards because the leader is able to draw, and you're able to go from having no cards in hand to having 2 cards in hand. Or no cards in hand, I can't remember. But out comes this Z battle card, which is kind of the great thing with the Zenkai change to the game, is the fact that even if you have no cards in hand, you still have plays with your Z deck, which is one of the great things. It's kind of why I was surprised to see that the Cell Hand Destruction was still so great in the Xenoverse format, is because even if you have no, before Zenkai, obviously if your hand was ripped from you, you pretty much had no options, and you were kind of just depending on your leader could swing on, which usually wouldn't result in much. But now that you can bring out like the SSB Vegeta card or Cell and get a double strike or dual attack in, usually can be enough, or might help you out to the point that you can start working your way back into the match. Turning the tide isn't as big a death sentence as it used to be. Now you can kind of see the amount of drawing that Pan can do, even though you had no hand. Immediately you can start, and that Gohan card won't get away from my hand. It's crazy. Counters, and the board presence that Boujack now has is actually, kind of insane. No, we still can't do that because she's still on 6 life. But just getting desperate to try and find a win here because he's on 1 life. And you have very few cards in hand, and you can kind of see a good few swings coming in, and he combos it away because very hard to get. And then out comes the Supreme Kai again, a second one, and combos that, so he tries to get the 8 back. Now the 8 plays itself from the drop area, and trying to go for game here, trying to do what they can to try and get that 1 life out of his grasp, and he combos away again. And looking at the Z deck again, brings that out, trashes the 2Z, but he won't be able to do the 4, but just once he will do it, that pan win. If you liked the video, like, share and subscribe, and have an awesome day. Goodbye.